Taxpayers want to see real durable cuts. And look, I can tell you from firsthand experience, it is very easy to talk about cutting spending. It's very, very hard to do it. And I had the privilege of working for one of the legendary fiscal conservatives, Tom Coburn, in the House and the Senate. And, you know, it took us 10 years to get an earmark moratorium. It took us 10 years to have real spending cuts. But we actually succeeded in bringing about the first true year-to-year spending cuts since the end of the Korean War. This was back in 2012 and 13. And so it is possible, but I like Russ's language very much, that this is the first rescissions bill because they need to go way beyond $9 billion in cuts and look at the entire totality of all of the administrative state agencies. You know, David, look, we've had a massive growth in the administrative state the past 100 years. We need to look at this as a 1989 moment for America and a chance to tear down the bureaucratic wall that has separated we the people from their government. We have 441 agencies. The Constitution really only allows us to have about 4, the Departments of Defense, State, Treasury, Justice. You could argue for interstate commerce, maybe consolidate everything into that. So you could have a 98 to 99% reduction in the number of agencies, and government would be more efficient, more effective, and more compassionate. That's the level of ambition that Congress needs to have, and they're going to have the support of the president if they do that.
And John, on that note, just quickly, so about 1.4 million illegal aliens lost Medicaid coverage under the bill that passed out of the House. They're roughly 2.5 million, so it's roughly half. Why not every illegal alien? Why is any illegal alien receiving Medicaid? Also, why is the Obama Medicaid expansion, why does the federal government pay $9 for every $1 a state spends? When the people who are really in need, again, the benevolent government, they only get $1.33. This is what I'm talking about. And it's the Republicans, that's why I'm so dismayed, who will not change that formula and won't cut off the illegal aliens from something they do not deserve.
Yeah, look, Dia, we have a lot of counterfeit compassion in Washington, where politicians promise to spend money on something, but every dollar that goes to someone that doesn't deserve it, isn't legally allowed to have those benefits, is a dollar not available for someone that truly does have a need. And the way to solve these problems is more transparency. So another great accomplishment that DOGE did is they gained access to what's called the Treasury payment system. And that is the administrative state's holy of holies, where the money goes out the door. We want to see every taxpayer have the same visibility on that, create something called America's checkbook, so the taxpayers can see all those things happening in real time.
I love it.
And then hold their elected officials accountable.
Open the checkbooks. You're going to have to change the title of your organization. John Hart, great to see you, my friend. Thank you very much for being here. Appreciate it.
You bet. Thank you.
Yep.